like, I do want to be smarter, but I don't feel like I'm stupid. Like, I don't feel that way.
Most stupid people don't.
Moving on to you're a great person. You're going to win this fucking competition. Now it's a competition. Are you ready?
Yeah. In your finest British accent, go. Welcome to the Heather and Ryan Show, where we will tell you stories and discuss things in great detail.
It's Heather and Ryan Show, isn't it?
It's Red and Ryan Show, isn't it? That sounds more Australian.
I'm sorry, did you say the Red and Nine Show? The Red and Nine Show. It's the Red and Nine Show. I
was trying to blend the words together like a true Aussie. Yeah, Ron Show.
But I thought you said British.
I did, but it came out Australian.
All right, you know what? It's the Heather and Ryan Show.
Yeah! You think that's a knife? Now this is a knife.
Ryan, here's the... Welcome to the Heather and Ryan Show, where all we're trying to do is put you in a better mood by the end of the episode than you're in right now.
Until we play again.
Welcome to our bubble. And now we will go on. Ryan, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It is a damn good thing you never went into acting as a career. You would cost every studio hundreds of millions of dollars in missed cues and lines.
Heather, you need cue cards for me.
That is an excellent idea, and I bet I could do that with our little recording service. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll figure it out. In the meantime, we're going to continue with quizzes.
Oh, yes.
Because I got sick and tired of games. We tied. Last week, we found out we're both awesome, so you guys got to listen to that. And this week, we're going to dive into... See, I kind of messed up last week because I thought that the quiz was like, who's the most boring? But it was more like a, what kind of personality do you have?
Mm-hmm.
So what I had planned for this week was, how likable of a person are you? But that's kind of like the same. It's a different quiz, but it's the same kind of concept. So I thought... Ryan, we'd see if Buzzfeed could guess our age.
All right.
And the winner is whoever, if Buzzfeed guesses correctly, we win.
Okay.
Oh, hey, listen. Before we dive into this, I remembered my coincidence story that I was on the tip of my tongue last time, and I couldn't quite remember it. And I remember it, and I don't think... I might have told this at some point in the last 5 years on the podcast. If I did, I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell it again. I think it's been long enough that this is new for a lot of people. I just said that like millions of people listen to this podcast. Anyways, whatever. The point is, I live in a small town in a rural area. So when things happen that are just everyday things in more populated areas, it's huge news. So there was a fire, right? A guy's house burnt down. He lives in this little town called Clymer. Okay, his house burnt down. It was all in the news because like his dog woke him up and saved him from the fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I happened to be in line grocery shopping, waiting to pay, and I was eavesdropping on the conversation that the man in front of me was having with the cashier. And suddenly, based on what he was saying, I was like, hey, are you that guy whose house burnt down in Clymer? He was like, yep, that's me. I was like, oh, yeah, I heard your dog woke you up and saved you. He was like, she sure did. I tell you what, my son got me that dog for a present, and I was really mad at him because I'm old and I'm falling apart, and I don't want to take care of a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then she woke me up and saved my life. I'm not getting rid of her, because he was planning to get rid of her, like give her back to the son, because he didn't want to take care of her.
Yeah.
And he didn't. I just thought that was a cool story. He was like, I'm keeping her forever. She's going nowhere.
Yeah. That's
she
nice.
She earned her keep.
Yeah, she did. He's going to start setting fires just to feel alive, so his dog can rescue him.
How fun. How fun, Riverside. We lost Ryan. That was an incredible story. And I don't know how much of it he heard. So I guess I'm just going to pause this.
Oh, no. We have been disconnected.
How much of that story did you happen to hear?
I heard all of it. And then
That's awesome.
I said he's going to start setting fires so he can feel alive, so the dog can rescue him.
I'm sure I can edit that in so that... Hold on. Just giving you a laugh. Just giving you a laugh.
You know what kind of laugh that sounded like? That's like when the two friends are like over in the corner trying to show everybody else that they're having a good time. And then... Did you see me laughing? Did you see me laughing?
I was just trying to give a laugh to your comment, which was actually quite funny. And I probably would have laughed if, our recording software hadn't cut us off from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's go do this quiz. Let's go grab this. Let's have BuzzFeed guess our age. Okay.
Heather, which one's better?
First question. Which one? Okay, go ahead, Ryan. You ask.
Coffee or tea?
Ryan, if I were going to keep with our failed British theme from the beginning of this thing, I would say tea, but I think we both know that I prefer coffee.
I was going to say, if you say tea, you're a fucking liar. I was not going to believe you for a second.
It's definitely coffee. They even have such a great picture of coffee there. It's making me want coffee at night, which I should not have.
Heather, which one is better, soccer or tennis?
Ryan, I pick tennis. Here's why. A, it is way less frustrating to watch than soccer. Have I said this before? It's the most frustrating sport to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It drives me insane. Because you're like, oh, he's going to get it. He's right there. He's right at the goal. Bam! The ball gets kicked all the way to the other side of the field.
You ever played,
and then they're going to get it. They're there. They're going to get the bam.
Have you ever played like a neck and neck softball game?
No. And I don't think you remember how terrible our softball team was. Asking a question like that. We mainly just got our asses handed
Heather,
to us.
You were on an all-stars team in Little League.
Oh, yeah, but I don't remember the games being neck and neck.
Heather, all-stars. That means you were good and you were hand-picked for the team. I never got anything like that, Heather.
Yeah, that was when I was like 12.
Doesn't matter.
The high school softball team that I later played on was terrible. By the way, I played first base, okay? And that Little League coach gave that position to his daughter instead of me, and I was better at it. And we lost our first All-Star game, and that was the end of my Little League career. Thanks, coach.
That's like my coach who gave the pitching position to his son, and his son pitched all season. And I never got a chance.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure I've told that story before. Yeah.
You did, very recently. Which means we should...
Well, listen.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. As I was going to say, sorry, because we got off topic there, because we're talking about soccer and tennis. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about softball or baseball. But...
Correct.
I was going to say... If you ask me...
Should we talk about what else we're not talking about?
What are we not talking about?
That was a bad joke.
Oh.
I was going to go on and make a long, lame joke, and I interrupted you for no reason. Please continue.
I was going to say, if you had asked me maybe 10, 15 years ago, 100% soccer would be my answer. But today, I do not think I would have the energy to play soccer, and I probably prefer tennis because it uses slightly less energy. Like, I don't have to run as far and as long. Like, I'm still going to get tired playing tennis, but it just won't be as bad as if I tried soccer. I could maybe run down the field once, and then I would need a timeout and a replacement.
Ryan, I'm glad that you were thinking in terms of playing the sport, because I was thinking in terms of watching it, because I would die either way.
I don't watch
at this
sports.
Point in my life.
I can't do it. I can't stand watching sports. It's so boring.
Well, speaking of activities, which activity would you rather do, Ryan? Swimming or hiking?
Swimming.
That is a tough one for me. I actually enjoy both of those activities.
I do too, but I'd rather be swimming. I love swimming. Put me in the water.
You know what? I'm going to go hiking because that's... I feel hiking right now.
Dip my body into the cool, moisturizing water. Just...
Gross. No, thank you.
Dunk me in a moist pool of liquid.
Stop. Stop saying moist pool of liquid. Stop it. Ryan, which one is better? Sugar cookies or chocolate chip cookies? Don't start getting dipped in chocolate. I don't want to hear it. Dip me in the chocolate. Dip me in moist, warm chocolate.
Look, both these cookies are fantastic.
Chocolate chip all the way.
But see, that's the thing, is like, yes, I guess typically more often than not, I will choose chocolate chip over sugar. I will go with chocolate chip. I do love chocolate chip. In fact, I made some chocolate chip cookies yesterday because I've been on a baking spree the last 2 weeks.
That sounds delicious. Ryan, by the way, if you're new to the podcast, Ryan is an excellent baker. He's excellent in the kitchen. He could have been Gordon Ramsay, but he decided to go into welding.
It was kind of a situation of happenstance. I didn't even know what welding was when I got into it.
Ryan, which one is better? Ribs or steak?
Ribs.
Steak. Oh, stop. You know, ribs are good. I like them both, but steak definitely is better.
Steaks are wonderful, don't get me wrong. But I enjoy ribs because to me they're more challenging to cook than steaks. Mm-hmm. And the juice is worth the squeeze when you nail your ribs.
All the sexual innuendo today.
The juice is worth the squeeze isn't even sexual. That's like when you have a shitty lime. It is
after you just talked about dipping yourself into the moist liquid. You know what?
I'm talking about water. Water.
And I'm talking about which one is better, fried chicken or French fries?
Fried chicken.
Fries. How old are you, Ryan?
Oh, where does it say? Oh, 13 to 30 years old. Hell yeah. Nailed it.
Good for you, Ryan. I got 12 years or younger. 12 years or younger. First of all, BuzzFeed did not guess either of our ages, but it was closer with you, so you get the win.
I mean, 13 to 30 is a huge margin, Heather. That is a massive margin. I can be like, yeah, let me guess your age. You're between 50 and 100 years old.
It reminds me of police descriptions. He's between 25 and 45. Somewhere between 5.5 and 6.5 feet. With hair that might be blonde, black, gray, or
he may have
purple.
Been wearing a hoodie, but I couldn't remember. I think it was gray.
Between 150 and 350 pounds.
You know how people say, like, yeah, it's about 500 feet in the air. How do people tell? How can you tell it's 500 feet?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I am very bad at those estimates myself.
And it doesn't help that you're standing... Actually, I'm not going to go down this road. It's not for the podcast. I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Never mind.
Somehow that was going to get political or something.
It was going to get flat Earth. Unflat Earth.
Oh.
Anti-flat Earth.
I mean, do many flat earthers listen to this podcast?
I don't know,
that we
but
would
the thing
insult
is
by
you
insulting?
see more sky than you see land because of the curvature of the Earth, and because the sky, the blue is so high that you see far more sky, right? Because if you're standing where you only have like this much of a view of what's around you, because that's your horizon, and you're looking up at the sky, you see all of this sky, horizon to horizon.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you see something flying in the air that maybe it's a mile away from you, people are like, yeah, it was like 1,000 feet in the air. But like, how could you tell? Are you sure? Because the curvature of the Earth, it would be very hard to tell how high that was from so far away, sir. Unless
Right, you are, Ryan.
Unless, oh,
knew you
that's
weren't,
the
Tom.
other thing. That's the other thing, like depth perception. Like, let's say you see a really tall building and you see something flying in the air, and you're like, yeah, it was about 500 feet off the ground because the building's 500 feet. But maybe it was 10,000 feet off the ground, further behind the building. And just from your vantage point, it looked like it was next to the building, because so far away, you wouldn't have the old depth perception.
Ryan, all of those points are very valid, and I'm right with you on that one.
I've derailed this.
I have no argument against you. Huh? What was that?
I just realized I derailed, like, heavily. I'm sorry. Continue.
Ryan, that's okay. I'm worried that I feel like we should go take the other quiz.
Okay.
Because I feel like that first quiz was very short, and we're not gonna have enough for an episode.
Okay.
How likable of a person are you? Should we do it?
Let's do it.
So you guys can find out how great we are again. Let's do
We're
it.
so cool. People love us.
My link isn't working.
I am a difficult person to please. I am always thinking about how something could be better. I am not a difficult.
What? I don't have that question. My question is, I have often been described as arrogant.
You are arrogant.
I feel that I am arrogant, but I don't know if people describe me like that because I'm not there usually. I don't think people talk about me when I'm not there anyway. I don't. You know what?
That's because you're a likable person, Heather.
Ryan, I'm going to give myself one thumb up. I have often been described as arrogant. One thumb up instead of two thumbs up.
I'm going to give this 2 thumbs down because I'm a very easy person to please.
Excellent. We have different questions. What's your next question?
I have often been described as arrogant. I don't think I've ever been described as arrogant.
I've never heard you described as arrogant. No one's ever said that to me.
2 thumbs down. Because I'm not arrogant.
Here's my question number 2. I get excited about inspiring others to fulfill their potential. Nope. Thumb down.
I'd go the extra
down.
mile to keep my promises. I'll give that a thumbs up.
I think you do.
I'll give that
I
a
think
thumbs
you
up.
do. I tell lies to make people see me in a better light.
I usually refrain from passing judgment. I will give that. I'll give that a mid.
Hold on. This is ridiculous. We're going through doing 2 different questions on 2 different quizzes. This is not going to work. Let's just do your quiz, and we'll find out how great you are, because I feel like this is going to end badly for me.
You think so?
I think it's going to go real bad.
Okay,
I'll take
how
my
about
I'll take.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
ahead.
All right, here we go. I consider the feelings and opinions of others just as value as my own. I would say most of the time. I'll give that a thumbs up.
Okay.
I often feel jealous of people who have qualities that I would like to possess myself.
That's like double thumbs up for me.
Like, it's weird. Like, it depends, okay? So, if it comes to, like, physical qualities, sure. If I see, like, a guy who's got a body that, like, looks like the body that I wish I would have, yeah, I get a little jealous. And then
What?
No, nothing. I get jealous. I will get jealous.
What?
But it's nothing. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Just forget there was an O. It was something random. It's all good. It's in my head. You can edit that part out so we don't make anybody else be like, what? What was he going to say?
No, I would. But see, I still want to know what you were going to say. What was your big realization? What was going on there?
Nothing, Heather. Nothing.
All right, moving on. Stays in. Everyone else gets to suffer with me. Because I'm a fucking great person.
You are.
Thank you.
I will say it depends on the situation. More often than not, I am not jealous. But there's like, because it depends, again, like, if the person has like this great life and I, like, for example, I see on Facebook people traveling all over and going places, taking flights, going to Hawaii, going on cruises, doing hiking in Colorado, you name it, going to Japan, traveling the world, experiencing life and being happy. I get a little jealous because I'll sit there and be like, I know I make just as much money as that guy. How does he get to enjoy all that? Meanwhile, I'm over here not living that life because I have responsibilities financially. And so it'll be a mixture of feelings. I'll be jealous, but I'm also happy that they get to enjoy that and have the ability to enjoy that. But there's a little bit of jealousy. But I'm not jealous of them. I'm jealous that they get to do it. I'm not jealous of them. Does that make sense?
Yes. For me, it's if they have a reaction that I admire, like people who can keep their cool in certain situations where I'm like, I'd be losing it all over the place in that situation. And I do get a little jealous that they can keep their cool and I can't.
Oh, yeah. I admit my feelings freely. I think for the most part, I'm a pretty open book.
Same.
Sometimes. Most of the time. Next. I almost always manifest positivity toward an appreciation of others. I do at work, for the most part. Because depending, especially with apprentices, I like to show my appreciation and positive reinforcement. I do it with the kids. If I don't like you, I probably won't manifest positivity towards you.
That's normal. That's totally normal. I
prefer competition over cooperation. Oh, no. No. I don't like that. I prefer,
You prefer, wait, what's the question?
Competition over cooperation. It depends on the situation.
Competition? No.
It depends on the situation, right? Like, if the competition is done in a way to promote production and producing more, and it's a friendly competition,
Sure.
Like, I guess, like, I relate a lot of things to work because it takes up a lot of my time, right? So usually my examples go back to that. But if it's like, hey, whichever team hangs the most duck today, I'm buying you dinner, and you got two teams hauling balls to hang the most duck, I'm cool with that. But if it's like on an individual basis between two coworkers and one guy's like working his ass off to make the other person look bad, I'm not cool with that. I don't like it. So I prefer cooperation over competition.
I guess there's certain circumstances where you do want like you're saying, a sense of competition. However, I think where it's off-putting is where somebody's in competition with you and you don't care. Mm-hmm. You're like, I don't care. And they're making everything a contest and you're like, still don't care. I'm not feeling competitive about this at all. Nope.
I had a apprentice coworker that was like that with me when I was an apprentice.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It was kind of hilarious.
Hey, bro.
Yes.
Let's go back and forth.
Okay.
I'll do one. You just answer whichever question is on your screen, so we're doing the quiz together.
Okay.
But we'll just go back and forth on the question, because for some reason, we're not taking the same quiz. It's given us... So are you on question number 9?
I think it's all the same questions. They're just... I'm on 10 now. But I think they're mixed up differently.
All right. Well, here's my question number 9. Almost every day, I think to myself that I would like to be richer, smarter, more beautiful. Yes, definitely. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah.
There are many days that go by where I'm like, wish I had a little more money. Mm-hmm. Wish I had a little more money. And I do want to be smarter, but I don't feel like I'm stupid. Like I don't feel that way.
Most stupid people
don't. Moving on to you're a great person. You're going to win this fucking competition. Now it's a competition. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I just went
I'm
on,
sorry,
on and
but
on
you
saying
did
how
set
I'm not
yourself up for
competitive.
that one.
I'm like, I just went on this roll about how I'm not competitive. And I realized this entire fucking podcast is us being competitive. All right, bro, what's your question 10?
I am good at appreciating and getting excited about even the little everyday things. I mean,
Depends on the day, I
it
think,
really
doesn't
depends
it?
on the day.
Yeah, really depends on the day.
I guess I'll give that a side thumb.
The old side thumb.
The old...
That's a callback to our old podcast that I took down where we reviewed Netflix movies. Okay, my next question. I am happy with my station in life. Side thumb. Side thumb. It's not terrible, but I'd like it to be a bit, you know, I'm working on it. We're working on it. We're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
I'm not unhappy. I don't want to seem unhappy
Right.
or ungrateful, but
There's always
you know,
room
there's
for
always
improvement.
room for improvement. Jinx. Now you can't talk for the entire rest of the podcast. What are we going to
Vow
do?
of silence right now.
Ryan, your question number 13. Please don't do a vow of silence right now. It's not a good joke. Not a good joke for a podcast.
I often feel grateful for everything others do for me.
You're about to say no. You're about to be like, fuck off, everyone.
It really depends on the day. And it depends on what you're giving me. It depends. I think in most cases, if someone shares something with me, yes, I'm grateful for that. If someone offers me help, if someone offers me help and I'm in a good mood, I usually will be like, I will accept the help if I feel like I need it, or if I don't, then I just decline, whatever, you know, the normal thing. But if I'm in a bad mood and someone wants to help me, in my mind, I know that they are genuinely trying to help me, but somehow I get it to like, they're trying to make me look bad. I don't need your fucking help.
You sound like this guy on the phone calls on Scream. Remember that? I know where you live, Sydney.
Do you like scary movies, Sydney? I will give it a 1 thumbs up because I think more often than not, I am grateful for it, but I have my moments. That is for sure.
That makes absolute sense.
Okay.
Time out for a sec.
Yes, I'm on 11, 13, 12. I'm on 12.
Okay. Let's do one more of mine
Okay.
for the podcast, and we'll silently take the rest of our quizzes real quick
Okay.
and share the end result because I do not want to sit through another half an hour of this. Okay. All right. Ready? Even when someone is telling me something I am not immediately interested in, I try to appear attentive and focused on what they are sharing. That is a single thumb up for me, but I also know that I'm quite bad at that. I'm quite bad
Yeah.
at appearing interested if I'm not, but I try, but I
yes.
don't get, so, I mean, I do try, even though it's like not convincing at all.
This one, real quick. I have an unquenchable appetite for hearing myself praised. Absolutely hate it. Hate it. I hate it. It's so awkward, and I never know what to say.
For hearing yourself phrase?
Praised.
Oh, yeah.
I have an unquenchable
too.
appetite for hearing myself praised. And I'm like, no, please don't. It's so hard to hear.
I actually go through that same thing, which it's like you can do it a little bit, but if you keep going, I'm like, and stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
You already said the good thing. Thank you so much for that. We can't keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ryan, let's see what our results are. Ooh, okay, we get our likability in forms of a percentage.
Ooh. I am 77.14% likable. That's passing
Ryan.
grade. That's 7% above passing. Nailed it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I am Ryan's 63.57% likable.
Hey, 60%, that's passing grade. Nailed it.
I don't think 63% is actually passing grade. I think Ryan's just being nice to me. Bro, I've got some Reddit stories here. Now listen, there's no listener comments because you know what? I have not done social media in weeks and weeks. I have fallen down on that. So we don't have any comments there. But if you would like to leave comments, do so on our YouTube channel down below if you're listening on YouTube. And if not, if you're in a podcast app, go to the description of this episode. There's a link to the YouTube video. You can leave comments, questions, games, stories, things that we can see. We are going to do some Reddit stories. Best stranger you've met. That's a new one, right?
I think so.
I can't tell if I did these already. Okay. From 8.4 Oz. A quote-unquote homeless man when I was 17 or so. He was walking on the highway. It was an extremely hot day, so I gave him a ride. He was fairly old and said he had been walking all over the country since his family died. He had walked to and through all of the lower 48 states.
Wow.
I ended up buying him lunch and some water, etc. He told me if he ever saw me again that he owes me lunch. Over 15 years later, I was at a gas station and heard someone say my name. It took me a minute, but I realized it was the same old man. We talked a little bit, and then he goes, I owe you lunch. Subway, right? After all those years, he remembered me, what we talked about, and even that he said he owed me lunch. That was a cool story.
That's pretty cool.
From Howitzer, 1967. Coming back from New Year's in Dublin, mid-80s. I'm probably 17, 18. Coach to ferry, ferry to Wales, coach to London. Get on the coach. Absolutely packed, including a few young kids and babies. It's chaos. The idea of a 6-hour journey of chaos is too much for me. There's a bloke in a white 5 Series BMW also waiting to drive off the ferry. Half jokingly, I ask if he can give us a ride to London. He doesn't hesitate. Yes, no worries. He took me and my mate from Fishguard to Kilburn, where he lived in the poshest car I've ever been in. Won't take any money from us for petrol, drops us off at a taxi station, walks in with us and ordered a taxi on his account to take us to Ealing where we lived. His name was Gordon, I think. What a fucking geezer. I hope only good things have happened to him.
Plot twist, it's Gordon Ramsay.
It was Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay freaking drove these guys everywhere. By the way, I was interested in that little linguistics minute here because geezer in the U.S. is kind of an insulting term to use. For like mildly, not like horrendously, but it just means an old person with no negative connotation in the UK. I looked that up.
Yeah.
And then finally from SidZ20, there's this guy who walks around my neighborhood meowing at people. One day he asked me if I was pregnant. I am a 23-year-old fat male. He kind of motivated me to become more fit. I joined a gym and now I'm healthier than ever, all thanks to his stupid taunt.
Heather, who's the kindest stranger you ever met?
I do remember one time I was with a friend of mine at a convenience store. And we didn't have enough money to pay for our stuff, and the guy behind us paid for it for us.
Nice.
That was a nice guy.
I think that the kindest stranger that I ever met was when my car broke down in the middle lane of a very busy highway in a section where there was no shoulder on either side, and being stuck there with a cloud of smoke and a puddle of oil underneath the car.
Oh.
And not being able to do anything, and everybody driving by is laying on their horns. Like, they can't see the situation that I'm in. Like, I'm just here for shits and giggles to disrupt the flow of the freeway. Like, I'm here wanting to do this. That's the impression I got from them. And this woman pulls over in a Jeep, and she's got, like, a winch on the back of it. And judging by the state of her bumper stickers, she is or was at the time, what is known as a juggalette. Do you know what juggalos and juggalettes are, Heather?
Yeah, they're the insane clown
Yes.
posse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Juggalos.
typically they're like not to pass judgment on a whole group of people, but in my experience with the juggalos,
Judgy ass bitch.
I have experienced in my life, they are a very hard crowd to get along with.
Interesting.
And so, anyway, this chick helps us out.
Just pause for real quick. I don't know how you scored more likable than me based on all your heavy judgment. Juggalos, love you guys. Rock and roll.
I'm basing that on personal experiences with the ones that I have interacted with the exception of this woman. But
and to be fair, Ryan, I never have met a juggalo that I know of. I mean, I probably have, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
All right.
They're an interesting breed of
Please
people.
go on. All right.
But she hooks up the car. She drags us off the freeway. She takes us to the nearest exit. And so, we were all appreciative. And literally, I was coming back from the hospital because I just sliced my foot on a piece of glass. Ooh. So I'm in a little booty, to protect the stitches and everything. But anyway, so she ended up towing us all the way back home on the side streets. And that way we didn't have to pay for a tow truck, which was awfully kind of her.
That is really cool.
Yeah. And it wasn't
really
close. Sweet. Where we were on the freeway was not close to where we were going. She ended up going out of her way to take us home.
Oh, that's super nice. That's super nice. Okay. To do more kindness of strangers stories. I met a guy on an airplane. This is the one and only time we flew with Charlotte when she was just a baby. And it was me, Mike, and Charlie. And he was just we got to talking on the plane. He was Australian. He was super sweet and nice. He held the baby so that we could sleep.
Wow.
Go to the bathroom. Because, when you're on a plane, no one's going to, where are you going to go? You can trust pretty much anyone.
Reminds me of the story.
I see that you have a story. Just I'll just make mine really quick because it's not as fun as that story looks on your face right there. But when we got off, we had to wait in these huge long lines, and our baby was screaming, and he had a fast pass, special frequent flyer thingy so he could bypass all the lines. He's like, "Hey, come here," and he let us go in front of him in his fast line and cut the entire line.
Nice.
With our baby. So there was I wish I could remember his name. I emailed him something. I can't remember, but I never heard back. But anyways, he was super cool. Australian dude.
Australians are always very nice.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Really
they're
are
super friendly, nice people. Yeah. At least the ones that come here, since I've never been down there. I'm sure if we went down there, we'd meet a few that were assholes.
Oh,
but the
without
ones
a
that
doubt.
come visit the U.S. are super.
Well, I think just in general, too, with what you see in the media and, just, personally interacting with them and stuff, they just seem like very genuinely nice people.
They do, and I feel like they're always getting into wild shit down there.
Yeah.
How it's Florida, man? Florida?
Yeah.
It's like Australia's the Florida of the world.
And they got all the deadliest shit there, too.
I know, step outside and die today. Because a spider as big as your head is going to be waiting for you.
Just reminded me of a story. Okay, when Rebecca and I were on our anniversary dinner, we did a dinner cruise on the Willamette. And so we were up on the upper deck, and we wanted to get a picture of ourselves. So she's sitting there struggling with the selfie function. And I was like, why don't we just get someone to take the picture for us, And she's like, I don't want to give someone my phone. They'll probably try to steal it. And I was like, we're on a boat. Where are they going to go? And so just as I said that, there's one of the crews walking by, and I was like, hey, buddy. I was like, could you take a picture of us? And he's like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. So I hand him my phone. I'm like, you're not going to steal my phone, are you? And he's like, where am I going to go?
Oh my God. I tell you what. Here's the advice. The advice is just do something kind. Because you know what? If you were in a pinch, you would want someone to be kind to you.
Mm-hmm.
So just go ahead. That's some real advice. That's not even joke advice, which feels lame. I feel like I should end on a joke, but
so much
I don't have one.
Easier just being nice and friendly and approachable and just being nice. Doing nice things feels good. Like it like feeds your soul.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You know what I mean? Like
it really does.
I always feel good after doing something nice. It's so selfish. I only do nice things because it makes me feel good.
You heard it. That's the advice. Be selfish with kindness. And have the most incredible, wonderful, fantastic, superlative time.
Welcome
Until...
to our bubble. I'm just kidding.
Fucking dickhead.
Until we play again.